Hey there, welcome back to Ryan's Studio. And in today's video, I'll be teaching you how to color dark skinned people for beginners. I'm Ryan, I'm a self taught artist, and I dive into charcoal drawings, color pencil drawings, graphite pencil drawings, and I newly entered acrylic painting. First of all, I can't just be teaching you how to draw dark people without showing you the dark people I've drawn myself. So, the first one, we have then this drawing of Travis Scott, this drawing of Notorious B.I.G., and lastly, this drawing of Anok Yai. Also, don't worry, after this tutorial, I'll show you a time lapse of how I created the Anok Yai drawing. It took me about 8.5 hours from drawing the reference in the outline to finally coloring it. Now, this out the way, when it comes to drawing dark people, there are about 8 to 9 essential color pencils. I myself use a pencil set of 48 from Helix Oxford. And these color pencils, even if you had only 12 colors or 36 or 24, 18, no matter how many you have, these pencils are very important. Starting with our white color pencil, then our medium brown, our peach, medium, dark brown, black, our light yellows, and our oranges. This being that for a dark person or for black people, we range from light skin to dark skin. Light skin being like, let's say, around Pierre, and the darkest of people being like Anok Yai. And in this range, there are essential colors. We aren't really brown or black. We are really just shades of orange, of very light orange being yellow to very dark orange being black. Outside that, I would tell you, do not be scared of coloring. To color a person, whether you're white, you're Asian, or you're black, regardless of your reference, or even in hand with your reference, it is just a person you're applying color to. Only that in this sense, you're applying color in shades of orange. I would say before you start drawing, before you make marks on your paper, I would advise to have a rough sheet where you can always test your color pencils, because it's not every time you will know what color pencil you're using. A very important skill to know, which has not a lot to do with the kind of race you're drawing, but just using color pencils in general, is how you graduate your colors. Some people will tell you do your darkest parts first. I would say that's most important if you're painting. But in this coloring scheme, because of the nature of color pencils, whether you're using cheap or expensive, if you're mostly using cheap pencils, I'll say graduate from light to dark. Color your lightest parts first. And after you've already known the basics, or if it's a cartoon you're doing with the shapes, understand it. I normally draw my faces in halves, starting from the eyes and eyebrows. Shade your lightest parts, and after then you can add your mid-tones like your peach, and then finish it off with white to blend it all together, and you have your whole coherent drawing. Depending on how dark your reference is, the way light will bounce upon their skin will be different. Like now, for my hands, this basically could be the complexion of a white person. But as the light bounces now, we see the different reds and oranges if you look truly well at it. Don't be afraid to also make it dark where the dark is meant to be. A very important tip too is reference. Don't be afraid to use references. All the great masters from Michelangelo, Da Vinci, to the great artists today like Andrew Kadima, they all use references. Don't be afraid to use grid method. It is a tool for you to use and learn. There is also the Loomis method, which is arguably the most popular method to use to get your head proportions correctly. Apart from in painting where black paint can really suck out the life and make your painting kind of devoid in that section. A black pencil is basically one of the most important pencils in using color pencils, where it can be used to simply, if you don't have the appropriate color in color pencil form, you can use the dark to just make it yourself. With the absence of more tips I could think of on the spot right now, you can enjoy the time lapse of me creating my Anok Yai portraits. Now, that was the drawing. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw the process of how I went from reference to final work. And this has been a tutorial on how to draw dark people. There will be a tutorial on charcoal pencils and also drawing white and Asian people. This has been Ryan Studio. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.